What's up, guys? So, breaking news, Benny Johnson clip showing something that was just hit in Iran. We know it's a spiritual warfare, and Jesus is returning soon. Nobody knows. I'm not saying I know. I'm not a prophet. But I got another clip that'll explain exactly what's been going on for this entire time. And I think you need to use your discernment, and this needs to get out there. So share this with people or share what you hear. But the first video, let's go ahead and check out Benny Johnson, and something big was happening.
War just change forever. Iran was just hit with something, some type of weapon that turned the entire sky blue, and then a ball of yellow shot up directly from the ground. A fireball that went effectively into space. Was Iran just hit with a laser weapon from space? Say what now? What kind of a weapon is that? And it's linked with these other look at that. What the hell is that? Literally. What is that? Videos coming out of Iran right now. Look, that. We'll get into some of the speculation as to what this is, some of the consideration as to what is actually going on. Intense airstrikes in Kharja, Tehran right now. Okay, so what is that? Whoa, look at that. Then suddenly it's daylight. Daylight. It's so terrifying. The power goes completely out. Boom. And then suddenly it becomes daylight in the middle of the night. The Goy beam discombobulator, a directed energy weapon 420. That's just an educated guess. Space Force EMP, directed energy weapon. What do you think that this actually is? New energy weapon. Okay, looks like a high altitude EMP. Okay, what is an arc power flash? People posted sort of examples. Electrical arc flash, sudden explosive release of energy caused by an electrical fault where the current travels through the air between conductors.
It was big, and it's only going to get worse from here, guys. We know that this is the final battle, the battle for our souls, but most of us will be taken up with Jesus, hopefully. Whether you believe in pre or mid or after, just use your discernment. And next, this will describe everything that's happening. This will pretty much, and this is the third time I've recorded this. Satan has been at work. He does not want anyone to know, but we know Freemasons founded this country. So check this out and tell me what you think.
Who was also known as the leader or director of the Illuminati. Now, this Albert Pike guy was known for being the Grand Master of the Freemasons, and he started the southern jurisdiction of the Scottish Rite Order in Freemasonry. So he was very high up into these things, and he was at the 33rd degree, which is what they consider enlightenment, where they practice what is known as Luciferian doctrine, which is the belief that Lucifer is Jesus Christ, that he is God. And that's why they believe that they have been illuminated or brought into the light. That's why you see the pyramid. On the back of our dollar bill, at the top of the pyramid, there's an eye. And it is the all-seeing eye of Lucifer. You've heard some of these presidents mention the 1,000 points of light. and the all-seeing eye. And you see this symbolism all throughout Hollywood and all over these things. But what's interesting to me is on the back of the dollar bill, it says, "In God we trust," while it has a Masonic symbol of Lucifer right next to it. So it begs the question, what God are they proclaiming that they trust? But in this letter that Albert Pike wrote to this leader of the Italian Revolutionary Guard, he described how all three world wars would start. And I want you to follow along closely here, because this is extremely important for you to understand what the agenda is. So on the First World War, he said it must be brought about in order to permit the Illuminati to overthrow the power of the czars in Russia and of making that country a fortress of atheistic communism. The divergences caused by the agentur of the Illuminati between the British and Germanic empires will be used to foment this war. At the end of the war, communism will be built and based in order to destroy the other governments and in order to weaken the religions. And then he goes on to mention how the Second World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences between the fascist and the political Zionist. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed and that the political Zionism be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine. During the Second World War, international communism must become strong enough in order to balance Christendom, which would then be restrained and held in check until the time when we would need it for the final social cataclysm. Now, in this next part, he references the Third World War and how it's going to be fomented, or how it's going to be brought to pass. He says, the Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agentur of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economical exhaustion. We shall unleash the nihilist and the atheist, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm, which in all its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and of the most bloody turmoil. Then everywhere the citizens obliged to defend themselves against the world minority of revolutionaries will exterminate those destroyers of civilization. And the multitude disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirits will form that movement, be without compass or direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where to render its adoration, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out in the public view. This manifestation will result from the general reactionary movement, which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. All of these things he's writing about. He's saying that they have a goal to destroy Christianity and atheism. They want to bring out what they call the pure doctrine of Lucifer. That is Luciferian doctrine. Like I said, these people believe that Lucifer is Jesus Christ and that Jesus came and that he's the deceiver. That's what they practice in the Talmud. That's what these people who believe in this doctrine push. But there's something bigger at play here, because you have to understand, why would they want to destroy Christianity and atheism? That means they want you to believe in a God, but they don't want you to believe in the God of creation. They desire to have you ignorant so that you would choose to believe in that light, the light bringer. The Bible tells me, for no marvel, Satan himself
That it's a spiritual war. We know that this country was founded by Freemasons. We know that when you get to the 33rd level, it's actually revealed to be Luciferianism. Fact, it's in all the books. The book of one of the Grand Masters was leaked, and it's actually in there. They believe Satan is God. He's the light. They believe Jesus is bad. With all the Epstein files, the look over here, the Wizard of Oz, play these games, don't look behind the curtain. We know that this world is a nefarious place. So get your houses in order. Love your family. Love your neighbors. Love the brothers and sisters of the faith, and stay strong, because there's about to be the ones that aren't taken up. Still hold firm. Endure to the end. With that said, tell me what you think down below. I think everybody needed to see this. I think people need to actually look into how this country was founded and by who, and about the Statue of Liberty. I appreciate you watching. Hit the like button if you want. You don't have to. You don't have to subscribe. It don't matter. I just want to get the message out. Peace.